Basically, let's quickly introduce GVL Narasimha Rao, Yatin Oza, Shailesh Gandhi, former CIC, Yatin Oza, senior advocate of the BJP, GVL Narasimha Rao, the spokesperson of the BJP. Lord Meghnad Desai is from London tonight. Rasheed Kidwai is senior journalist, associate editor of The Telegraph. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, Hartosh will be joining us. Hartosh, there he is. After a long time. Good to see you, Hartosh, political editor of The Open magazine. Let's be open tonight, Hartosh.
Caravan.
Well, let's just say you're the political editor, and that as long as that doesn't change, that's fine. Hartosh, let me begin with you. Hartosh, this whole business of 277 hours of flying, 53 trips to Delhi, all on private planes, 500 days on holiday, should Kamala Benibal be made to pay up, at least a part of it symbolically, for what she has done?
Look, this culture and the revelations are a disgrace. Something like this would shock most people who are not aware of what goes on in every state, in governors' residences, in terms of their use of privileges. Unfortunately, this is not exceptional. This is symptomatic for those of us who've covered states. We know that this is exactly how governor after governor in state after state operates. Right. Without any accountability, and they get away with it time after time. It shouldn't be allowed to happen, and I agree with you. There should be some accountability, whether symbolic or not.
No, but the Congress party is now trying to say we governors are above question, Meghnad Desai. Since when are governors above question? And why should they be above question? They say we don't comment on governors.
Well, I think the thing is, if you actually looked at it properly, governors are the most unnecessary part of the Constitution. You don't need them. You know, basically this is the British Constitution where the Queen is the head of the state at the central level, so we have the President. But why do we have a governors? What do they do? I mean, obviously they travel around.
What about Kamala Benibal? Because she's retired, we get away her travel.
Except for opening the state.
No, even Richard Branson would not have flown. Richard Branson or Rupert Murdoch would not have flown 277 hours on a private plane in the way that she has.
I know, but the question is, was this not in the public domain? Why this?
No, it's in the public domain now. It's in the public domain now. And I say she should be punished for it.
Yeah.
She should be punished for it.
I'm saying that what it proves.
I'm saying punish Kamala Benibal.
No, it is not a crime, and you can't.
No, it is the biggest crime. How is it not a crime? How is it not a crime, sir? How is it not a crime? It's the biggest loot.
Arnab, let me tell you.
Every time a governor has to go, every time a governor.
This is the ground on which the pleasure doctrine should be invoked. And that will be the worst punishment. Because this will fall within the parameters of the judgment of the Supreme Court on misconduct. And this is where, if not punishment, deserves removal straight away. But the difficulty is that these figures you have projected before the people of this country, when the action would be taken, this very media would shout at the top of its voice that central government, which is now headed by the then Chief Minister,
why are you on the defensive?
Is taking revenge.
Why are you on the defensive? You what defense?
You will shout at the top of your voice. You means not Arnab Goswami. You means media. Now, can there be a case worse than this of misconduct, squandering away of public money? What governor is tutoric head? Tituric head he is or she is. And if these are the lavish expense at the state exchequer which she enjoys, which she wastes, I think this is the case that tomorrow Mr. Rajnath Singh should advise President of India to invoke the pleasure doctrine.
What doctrine?
Pleasure doctrine, that governor is in the office at the pleasure of the president.
Right.
Therefore, pleasure doctrine should immediately be invoked.
Then I have a question. No, one second. You see, another person got away recently. You remember a person called Pratibha Patil? 79 days abroad. 12 foreign trips in a short period.
Sure.
22 countries visited across 4 continents. She is the political Yuan Sang. She spends hundreds of crores on foreign visits. Her chartered aircraft were costing 169 crore. You see, all of this money was being cost to the government. What action did anybody take? Where was the pleasure doctrine then? At whose pleasure was she doing that? Sonia Gandhi's pleasure. That Sonia Gandhi never asked Pratibha Patil any questions as long as she was a good rubber stamp.
So far as
No,
I am not at all defending.
Sir,
I am not at all defending what Pratibha Devi Singh Patil did.
Sir, this...
In democracy, only one person.
I am saying this to you. I am saying this to you because Mr. Oza. No, I am saying this to you, Mr. Oza. Mr. Oza, I am saying this to you because the problem is that you can't stand an independent media. Anytime anybody asks questions, you will be shouting at the top of your voice. Media will. What do you mean media? What do you mean media? What do you mean? You can't stand an independent media.
Arnab,
Because you can't stand an independent media because Times Now is not making an issue out of nothing. We are consistent, sir. Politicians change their line.
Look at my speech, 1 minute. Look at my speech which I delivered at Islamabad. I said India is proud to have an independent media. And media is the strongest pillar of Indian democracy. This is my speech at Islamabad 2 years back.
Sir, the question...
Why do you say this to me?
I am saying this... You listen to me, sir. I am saying this today because I don't think... I think everybody knows politicians change their line. You keep changing. BJP has changed the line on so many things. You used to say Aam Aadmi culture लाएंगे, अभी लाल बत्ती culture ले आए. आपने कहा था कि airport में VVIP culture नहीं होगा. आपने करा दी अभी VVIP culture सब MPs के लिए. So the point is no. But the media is consistent. Sir, the media is consistent. Media is concerned. We asked,
1 minute.
Did we not, Shailesh Gandhi, did we not ask precisely the same questions? Did we not ask precisely the same questions to Pratibha Patil? No. RTI applications had revealed what Pratibha Patil was doing in Rashtrapati Bhavan. I am ashamed of what she did in Rashtrapati Bhavan. We're ashamed we had a president to behave like that. We question the abuse of privilege from constitutional authorities.
Every citizen would be ashamed.
But today...
But under the Indian constitution, in any democracy, one post is above law.
But what are you doing? Don't blame your... If you want to take action on... If you want to take action on Kamala Beniwal, take action. Don't push it on the media. Shailesh Gandhi, GVL Narasimha Rao will come in after that.
I think the nation should be thankful to Kamala Beniwal for making us realize that we don't need governors at all.
What's it?
Cannot be condoned, cannot be countenanced. But what can you do? She was the president of the country.
Sir, I am asking you.
Post is one.
Sir, I am telling you should abolish the post of the governor. That's going to be a damn good thing and convert all the Raj Bhavans into public parks.
Absolutely right.
But will
I
you
wholeheartedly support you.
Yeah, but you will. But you got all your retired loyalists also as governors. That's what the BJP government did. Just please realize, after you came to power, you changed everything. You came to power, you have done a U-turn on almost everything, sir. What are you talking about? Shailesh Gandhi.
What the BJP has done is that they removed arbitrarily selected governors who are doing no work.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who are doing no work with their own set of lackeys and their own supporters. Governorships have become prizes to be given away to loyalists and to old party people.
Yeah.
This is precisely what the BJP has also done. So did the Congress. I'm not saying the BJP or the Congress are any different. And it's unfortunate Mr. Yatin Oza is saying that he's scared of Arnab Goswami's shouting.
Yeah.
It's a revelation to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a revelation that some political person is saying that he's scared of Arnab Goswami's shouting. Arnab Goswami shouts every day. It doesn't seem to make any difference. Will Mr. Yatin Oza tell us that in future, either they will abolish governors or take care that no governor is installed just because he's a party loyalist?
No, they won't.
Or at least for the very least, would Mr. Oza and other political people accept that all expenses, all travels of governors and various people like that will be put on the website the moment it occurs?
No, I suggest tonight, because I think that these...
It should ideally be...
Sir, these modern day viceroys...
I assure you that I'll carry this idea further. and tomorrow itself I'll start working on it and writing on it.
Fantastic.
Mr. Vedic, I'll tell you what.
Nobody is about law,
sorry, Mr.
except
Oza.
the President of India,
Mr.
nobody
Oza,
is about law.
Mr. Oza,
Yes.
last time I've asked you, will your government do something on Mr. Vedic? You said, I assure you in 1 week they will. Remember, don't be so self-assured about your own government, because more than 1 week has passed, your government has done nothing. Now the question is to GVL Narasimha Rao, a very objective question. And by the way, gentlemen, you're all being very polite to each other. It's an open debate on the Newshour tonight. Feel free to come in when you want. I admire your restraint, Mr. Rao, but you don't have to restrain yourself so much. I have established, therefore, through the Kamla Beniwal case, that there is a great propensity of abuse. I mean, let's put those figures out on both sides. The propensity of abuse of position is great of that of governor. Why don't you say on Newshour tonight, we will now reevaluate the governor's office and we'll bring in austerity, 50% cut in the expenses of governors and take away their private planes. I want to see a governor traveling Indigo or SpiceJet or Jet Airways like a normal person. I mean, she wants to go to Junjunu or to Jaipur from Ahmedabad 58 times. Let her go on a normal plane. So what will you change?
The governor of the...
What will you change?
The governor in question... let me answer your question. The governor in question incurred all this expenditure with the approval of the government of the day at that time. And this was the UPA government. The kind of extravagant spending that has happened in the UPA government is all well known. In the first 2 years after coming to power in 2009, the ministers made 750 trips. And they spent to the tune of 800 crores against 50 crores. Against 50 crores that was budgeted. So the government, I think you have to not just blame the governor and also the
Meghnad
government
Desai.
which was run with
Meghnad
the
Desai is not convinced.
Meghnad Desai. 2009.
Meghnad Desai is not convinced with your argument. You are refusing to make a commitment.
You
are refusing to make a commitment. You are focusing on Kamla Beniwal. You are refusing to make the commitment. Meghnad Desai.
There cannot be any
I think
this government will not.
I think you should publish, you should regularly publish expenditure by all the governors. You should publish expenditure by all the governors and give a booby prize to the governor who spends the most money. I think we have to publish every governor's expense in the public, and you have to shame them, and unless you shame them, nothing will happen.
Sir, but this is all the status symbols who have this larger than life kind of palatial and lavish existence. Kamla Beniwal would not be the only one. They all do this, don't they, Rasheed Kidwai?
That was the culture
they all
prevailed under UPA rule.
No, Rasheed.
The culture of extravagant
Arnab, you're spot on.
Public servants.
No, Rasheed.
And including the constitutional authorities.
No, Rasheed, today the BJP is very happy. They feel Kamla Beniwal has been exposed because they never got along with Kamla Beniwal. She was anti-Narendra Modi. Right? But they are refusing to say anything on the whole culture of it. On the culture of loot, they refuse to say anything. Rasheed.
The whole objection to her
precisely. Arnab, Kamla Beniwal is not alone in this league. There are several governors like that. I know one governor who goes to his home state just to get a massage done.
What?
There are several. We were talking about conduct of Pratibha Patil. When she went to San Francisco, a government plane was taken to Florida by her husband and to strike a private deal with a private university there. So all these things go. Actually, it's a systemic rot, and politicians don't admit that. Both Congress and BJP are guilty of it. The problem is that if they don't reward loyalty, they don't, people who are kind of, there is no retirement age, and what happens that then people write autobiography, the people become like Natwar Singh. So there is a whole political culture is something that's rotten, and there is no transparency.
No, there is no, that's all right, but Kamla Beniwal makes 53 trips to Jaipur, which is her home state, which means she is going on a holiday, Hartosh. These 53 trips to her home state.
I'm not sure whether she was traveling. Many a times relatives travel.
No, but
and
it's a government
knows
plane.
All this.
No, it's
Hartosh would vouch for it.
No, but she's going on a state aircraft, Hartosh. She's going on a state aircraft.
Look, that is absolutely.
No,
see, this whole concept of
yes, Hartosh.
the whole concept of a state plane, it's used, as Rasheed was pointing out, it's become a private ferry for relatives, friends, people you need to oblige in state after state. the governor's house, the governor's discretion, the pomp and ceremony of this office.
In BJP ruled states, it does not happen. You cannot make sweeping conclusions. Every person who travels on
why don't you put the figures out?
Available. The information.
Why don't you put the figures out?
It does not happen.
No,
in
put the
BJP
figures out.
states at all.
Put the figures out. Put the figures out.
Put the figures
all
out.
Information
We'll
is in
find
public
out.
domain. You can seek all the information under RTI. So
Sir,
do not make sweeping conclusions.
Sir,
sweeping statements.
sir, there is no sweeping
I
conclusion.
can tell you,
Mr. Rao, there is no need to make sweeping conclusions.
Not one private person would have travelled.
Mr.
When
Rao,
Mr. Modi was the chief minister, I can tell you, no person, no private person will ever travel on the same
I'm
plane.
very happy you are so glad to vouch for Narendra Modi. He is not the only chief minister the BJP has put up in this country. And there are several
No,
cases.
most chief ministers,
Some of
no,
us
BJP,
ourselves
I
have
can
reported
speak
on
for all
states
BJP
where this goes on.
No, please.
I'm
please
glad you
have the
speak for
facts
them. I
with
don't believe you.
This is an allegation. There is no basis. I know how many chief ministers of BJP.
So put the figures out. We will believe you if you put the figures out. Absolutely.
So I think it's become fashionable
Don't do
to
that.
allege or
Sir.
to accuse politicians without sometimes having the
Sir,
the facts right.
Mr. Rao, today you are sounding like all politicians, and today I can show a pre-election GVL Narasimha Rao and a post-election GVL Narasimha Rao. You are refusing to take the discussion beyond Kamla Beniwal. Now, by the way, we have exposed Kamla Beniwal. BJP does not have to do that. This is our story. We have exposed the loot. I am asking you here tonight, are your governors homesick? Do they have to travel on private planes? Do they have to stay in those lavish homes? You said you will change the culture.
raised
What
those
culture did you
questions
change
if they
since you came
happened
to power?
during BJP rule.
What
This
culture
has
did you
happened during
change?
UPA rule.
What culture
I'm
did you
surprised why
change?
you do not
Sir,
have a Congress representative
sir,
on the panel
sir,
to answer all your questions.
I'll tell you tonight, the Congress representatives are too scared to come on this discussion. I can put an empty chair if that pleases you. The Congress representatives, in fact, the Congress party office told us, we did not send a representative on Times Now when you exposed Pratibha Patil. We won't send a representative when you are talking about Kamla Beniwal. So I'm saying this on record. The Congress party has boycotted this debate tonight. But is the Congress party in power today, or are you?
Raj Bhawan incur for
No,
the
but we-
luxurious
No, 1 second.
benefit
Yatin
of
Oza. Yes, Yatin
Rise
Oza.
above political
You know what kind
consideration.
of
Rise
culture
above
exists?
political
The cabinet
consideration.
secretary
Every
has
governor
written
should
a
be made
note to
accountable.
all the
Every
ministers
expense
not
of the
to
Raj
travel
Bhawan should be
abroad
made
unless there is a
accountable.
compelling
And
reason.
all
The
governors must be
same
put under
yardstick
scanner.
holds for
The
everyone
ceiling
in
must
this
be
government,
prescribed
including
for their
even the
expenses.
constitutional authorities like governors.
No, 1 second.
Will the BJP
It is the
appointed
culture.
governor decide to give up
That
private
is the
planes?
Congress
Okay, so
culture.
Let's get a commitment.
simple question.
Will the
Simple
BJP
question.
appointed governors give up their private planes? A very
Yeah.
simple question is what we are putting before you. Mr. Oza, will you tell all your BJP appointed governors that they must give up their private planes?
Simple. They should. They should. They should. Let's see if we can say
Do not
that.
have state planes, separate planes.
I think a question is put to me.
Yes, question is put to you.
Ideally speaking, for personal work, nobody should be
Should
permitted
private
to use
planes be there for governors is the
aircraft.
question, sir.
Government aircraft is meant for public use when you are on an official tour. And I am
Should private
sure
planes be
governors
there for
appointed by the
governors is the
governor
question
would
put before you, sir.
Would abide by that code of conduct.
Sir,
Sir,
I am
should
sure that
private
they would
planes be
abide by the
continued
code of
for
conduct.
governors is the simple question I am putting, sir.
No private planes are necessary unless they are on official duty.
no. So why? No.
Why should they have private
why
planes?
should they have these planes to themselves? I mean, what? Why should they?
What is
No,
the
plane-
great role the governor
Who
plays?
are they? They are the most
Aircraft is-
dysfunctional,
there is no
dispensable,
there is no
unnecessary
exclusive-
props of the Indian political system.
One minute, Arnab.
No, sir, they are the
One
most
minute, Arnab.
unnecessary,
That
dispensable, expensive,
that aircraft is never
antediluvian,
given access to the governor. It's a
vintage,
state aircraft
out
which
of
is
date,
used by governor as well as by
and
the chief
sometimes
minister.
out of work
There are no
props of
separate
the Indian
aircraft.
political
There are
system.
no separate aircraft for
Sir,
the
these
governor
people should
and the
travel.
chief minister.
Sir, these people
The
should.
chief-
Sir,
the-
these
the
governors.
state aircraft is always used for the state
so
purposes.
what? So, it's a bigger
For the
bigger
state
question.
official work.
No, bigger question is this. It's a cultural thing. No, you came with a lot of promise. No, sab badal denge. I'm asking you here today. What did you do about the governors? You see, this can be a revolutionary thing, can't it, Hartosh? If the BJP means what it says, then the BJP can say today that, fine. No, BJP can say today that we will bring down and scale down the role of governors and the expenses of governors.
Look, you are today expectation
Absolutely.
No, but you are not.
Having
You
a movement
are doing the
on
exact
the
same
question.
thing the Congress
is
did.
only 2 months.
Sir, you are replacing
It is
Kamla
only
Beniwal
2
with your
months.
own person. She was their stooge. You will bring your own stooge.
This country has
They've already done.
Sir, what are you doing?
Problems
Sir,
to
No,
be
they've already
answered.
brought their own
Several
stooges as governors.
serious problems to be answered.
Sir.
In 2 months, nothing can be done. But it's very seriously being worked over. But
No.
serious issues will have to be answered first. Graver
Stooges
issues
can be
will have
put
to be
in
looked
2
into.
months.
at the
Exactly.
top-
As
at
new
the top
governors,
priority basis.
Lackeys can be put in.
No, I'm saying this is very bad. What Kamla Beniwal did is very bad, and I think it puts her in very bad light. And I
No,
read,
everybody does this is bad.
no, I
Everybody,
repeat,
those people who do this is bad.
Sir,
Everybody who does it is bad.
Sir,
Not only Kamla Beniwal.
Yeah, of course.
And I agree with you.
Okay, everybody
but
who-
you are asking for a moon within 2 months.
So I'm not asking
You're
for a
asking
moon.
for a moon
No,
within
I
2
don't.
months.
I just want to know your intent. You replace their stooges with your
Intent
stooges,
is
their
very loud
cronies
and
with
clear.
your cronies, their
Every
sycophants
single
with your
penny-
sycophants.
Every single penny is to be spent for the public good, and every single wasteful expenditure has to be curbed.
Nice
And it will be curbed.
Nice statement means nothing. Nice comment means nothing. Hartosh, beyond Kamla Beniwal, here's a great opportunity for the first time. A governor has been exposed. I think we can take the discussion beyond, but the BJP is refusing to, and the Congress party boycotts the debate. I mean, this is ridiculous here. Yes.
Look, Arnab, the culture of appointing political lackeys as governors has an obvious reason. When the time comes when there is any issue of importance to do with appointing a new government, the governor has to oblige the government at the center. In return, the governor lives a lavish life, uses the planes, flies around, enjoys vacations, for 5 years lives without any accountability. So if you have to change this culture, you have to change it by changing the kind of people you appoint to this post. Unfortunately, that is what the BJP has not done. It's clear that they are appointing the same kind of lackeys. They'll behave in the same manner as the lackeys of the Congress did in those positions.
In fact, on a broader level, you know, these two news stories which we have put up today, Rasheed, the first about how the BJP is perpetuating the system of a VVIP culture in airports, which they were totally against when they were in opposition, and they said we hate it, we will remove the Lal Batti culture. The second about the attitude of the BJP towards governors, who they, you know, I thought they would have a more progressive view on it, but they have removed their cronies with their own cronies. It reflects that actually on the ground nothing has changed, Rasheed. Because the biggest change this country wanted was a change of mindset.
In a way, definitely.
A change of thinking. That change has not happened.
Precisely, and Arnab, there is enough. Justice Sarkaria has recommended, it's there in writing, that what kind of, how governor should be selected, what kind of, there should be a panel of he suggested that Prime Minister, Home Minister, Speaker,
No, but do you think, Rasheed, do you think Kamla Beniwal was allowed to get away?
Yeah.
No, do you think Kamla Beniwal was allowed to get away because she was a very useful instrument for 10 Janpat to use vis-a-vis Narendra Modi? That, fact is that she may have been otherwise not very efficient and expensive, but maybe the center knew and did nothing because they knew that she was performing that role of taking on Mr. Modi repeatedly,
And
She was useful to take on Modi, so she was allowed to do this. Do you think that's possible?
Center.
No, Arnab, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, definitely.
She ran
Center
a-
must be
Because I suspect that-
Hartosh knows that state government would also be doing.
the constitution.
State government must be in the
There are
know. Every
bills
time a flight takes off
when
and
she
lands,
had sent
the
it
state
back,
government knows.
or again
What was the
recommended,
state government doing?
and
Why
she
did
got the
they not
constitutional
protest?
mandate? 3 times she sent it back, which is not permitted. Once the re-advice is given to her, she is bound to sign it. Instead thereof, there are instances, not 1 bill, 2 bills, 3 bills, 5 to 10 bills, which she returned it back 2nd time, 3rd time, absolutely butchering the constitution.
No, so the question is, Mr. Oza, Mr. Oza, I am asking the question. No, I am asking the question that maybe
she can refer it back once.
No, I believe.
But when again referred to her,
I believe. Okay, fine.
She's in a parallel government.
No. So I'm telling you. This is what I believe. This is unfortunately what we have reduced our. Under this present Congress rule, what we reduced our institutions to. We got a rubber stamp with a dubious background called Pratibha Patil to just fleece the office of Rashtrapati Bhavan and disgrace the country for all those years. Then we have allowed Kamala Benibal to disgrace the office and carry out the loot of Raj Bhawan simply because she was very useful vis-a-vis Narendra Modi. But Shailesh Gandhi, these are politicians' problems. I
have been appointed as a governor after strictures were passed against her by Rajasthan.
Fine, but
how were the governors appointed by BJP?
Yet
Please, Mr. Oza, please tell us, how did the BJP appoint governors? No, please tell us.
Who shamelessly would run the parallel government and
I'm saying, Mr. Oza, how did you select your governors? By any process, transparent process? Were eminent people selected or only your lackeys?
One governor having been appointed, against whom Supreme Court has passed strictures. And that's
no, that's not the question.
My God. So now the standard is, if Supreme Court passes strictures or if a person is a criminal, then he should not be a governor.
Yeah.
Is that the qualification? Mr. Oza, is that the qualification?
Don't put it negatively.
No, but
there's nothing negative about it.
I didn't put it. Mr. Oza, you put it negatively. I didn't put
it. You will look at it with a colored eye.
So, no,
I'm saying, why don't we say we should appoint governors who are eminent?
I think you see,
this is the criteria. You are putting something in my mouth.
No, Mr.
I never said that this should be the criteria.
No, you see, Mr. Oza, these governors, they have an entertainment allowance, they have a hospitality grant, they have a household establishment expense, they have office expense, contract allowance, store expense, money thrown at them. They are not required. In fact, some of the homes they live in are an embarrassment to modern India. They are a shame. They are a shame. They are the most. And about Kamala Benibal, I'll tell you, Kamala Benibal's problem is Kamala Benibal is this kind of a person who flies with, in this private plane, goes to a place and then makes a speech on how much poverty is there in India. Fine, these kind of governors are a shame to this country. But last question to Narasimha Rao. Mr. Rao, just think about it. Last few news hours, we've asked just one question. Kya badla? You came to power, you have 282 MPs. Are you not giving away your mandate by proving to be the same on basic issues? On basic issues, you see, I am not asking you about the risk rating of India vis-a-vis FDI, insurance, FDI limits, and I am asking you a basic question. Vis-a-vis the Aam Aadmi, what changed for them?
No, let's talk about...
Vis-a-vis the Aam Aadmi, what changed, sir?
Today, this government has ensured that there is no unnecessary expenditure. There is no wasteful
the biggest unnecessary expenditure are the governors.
Can you not see that? I think please look for the kind of examples that this government has said. The Prime Minister has advised that there shall be no wasteful expenditure. There shall be minimum government and maximum governance. We do not have a jumbo cabinet.
Yes, he has said it.
And the same principles will apply to governors as well.
I just want a statement of intent. I am not saying this government obviously will say we want to be different, but eventually proof of the pudding is in the eating. It is about 3 months. It will be nice to see a statement of intent on some basic issues.
You're not noticing it.
No, and my question is very simple too. I don't think I'm asking for the moon. No, 1 second, sir. 1 second. I don't think I'm asking for the moon. Where there is a will, there is a way. Sorry to be very cliched about it. And the point is very simple. We want to be treated like normal people in airports, not like a low caste, and MPs are a higher caste. We don't want these governors to behave like the old viceroys. In fact, we want to prune them or we want them removed. Try these two things, Mr. Rao. If you try these two things, we'll gauge the response that you get. I think what Hartosh is asking tonight is a relevant, larger question. Thank you very much to everyone, including Hartosh, who's the political editor of The Caravan. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 tonight.